So today we're gonna bake a chicken, and if you can't tell by now, we love chicken. Especially my husband, and I do as well, but as many of you may know, I used to be pescatarian, but since getting pregnant with the baby, I've been craving meat, so I am eating chicken as well as beef and anything else that I really feel for. So I've already given my chicken a bath. Basically, I put my chicken in a bowl, a very large bowl like this. I filled it with water and some vinegar and just let it bathe for a little bit. Took the gizzard pack out, and now I'm going to season it. Okay, so now we're going to season, but I just wanted to show you, you should be preheating your oven at 350 degrees so that it can start warming up for you. So for seasonings, I'm going to use adobo all-purpose seasoning. This is like a staple in my family and my culture, and I'm going to use a lot of it. I mean, definitely you want to season your bird according to your taste and according to your liking. But this is a whole chicken we're seasoning here. This is not just a drumstick. It's not just a breast. So we want to make sure that we are using enough seasoning so as this bird cooks, we will be able to get all that flavor. I'm also going to use a little bit of garlic powder. I'm not using garlic salt. You can if you have, but not going to use that today. And then ground black pepper. And of course, with any chicken or meat that you cook, use seasonings that you like. If you don't like garlic, please don't use garlic. Okay, so now our bird is seasoned, and we're going to add our vegetables. So I'm going to use this 16-ounce bag of mixed vegetables, and here you can see everything that's in it. I like to get the frozen stuff because honestly, it is just so much easier than trying to buy all these ingredients separately and try to make them on my own. This just gives me everything, and by this being added to the chicken now, you'll get all that yummy chicken flavor inside of your vegetables, and it will be naturally flavored. You don't have to like cook it separately on the stove, add anything to it. It's going to be great. All right, and I literally just put it here at the bottom of the chicken. Okay, so all the vegetables are in. I'm gonna push my chicken back a little bit, and that's pretty much it as far as the vegetables I'm going to add. If you want to add stuffing, definitely you would just put your stuffing inside of the chicken versus the vegetables. I'm actually going to put a little bit more veggies in there. But it's completely up to you if you want to use stuffing or not. I'm not using any stuffing today. So when baking chicken, this is not an option for me. This is a must-do. This may be optional for you, but for me, this is a must-do. I add a layer of foil to cover the bird. And this layer of foil, what it has done for me when making a whole roaster is it keeps the chicken cooking moist on the inside without browning on the outside, and then once the chicken cooks too much from the outside, it ends up drying out on the inside. So I make sure I put a layer of foil over my chicken, and then I'm going to put this in the oven and let my chicken bake for about 1 hour, and then I will take off this foil, baste my chicken with the natural juices that are in the bottom of the cooking pan, and then I will let it bake without the foil for another hour. So that way it gets cooked on the outside and it browns, but I get all those nice juices without my chicken drying out before I'm ready to be done. Right now we put the chicken in the oven and we'll see it in an hour. So while your bird is cooking in the oven, if you like rice as a side, you can get your rice going. I actually use a rice cooker. My family, we eat so much rice. I'm doing the first rinse of the rice. We eat so much rice that honestly, it's just one of those things where if you can save a half an hour somewhere by cooking your rice in a rice cooker, I totally recommend it. So I did a first rinse. I basically put the rice in the rice cooker, fill it up with water, and then just kind of clean it up. And then I put the rice cooker pot in the rice cooker, cover it up, press down for cook, and then this will cook in about a half an hour. This is a very small rice cooker. I don't really know how much it will hold, but I got it from Bed Bath & Beyond, and This is brown rice. So if you have a hard time making brown rice or white rice, or even if you don't have a hard time and you just want to save yourself just a couple of minutes to just do something else, totally get a rice cooker. It'll cook your rice for you perfectly. If you like rice soft, you add more water. If you don't like it too soft, you add less water, and you're good to go. The rice is already done. I don't remember exactly when it finished, but see all the steam, it's done. And the great thing about a rice cooker is that it warms. So it has a cook setting, and then when it's done, this pops up and it has a warm setting. So you can keep it on for the day if you want, and your rice will stay warm, or you can turn it off and, you know, just do whatever else you do. So let's get this chicken out of this oven and we're gonna baste it. Here's the chicken. If you have a turkey baster, totally grab that turkey baster. If you don't, honestly, you can use a spoon and just scoop out the juices. So because the chicken has only been cooking for about an hour, there's not much juice here, but pretty much you just find juices wherever they may be hiding. So I needed to use my 2 hands to baste the chicken, but I just wanted to quickly show you. If you're having trouble getting the juices, it could be because if your pan is really large like mine, the juices are kind of like dispersed along the bottom. So just tilt your pan like this and you'll see all the juices there. And then you just get the juices from that corner and, you know, just continue to baste your chicken. So you can see that there's this nice fresh glow or glaze over the chicken. That's all the juices being poured over it to baste. And now we're going to put the chicken back in the oven uncovered and let it cook for another hour or until it's done. Okay, it hasn't been officially 2 hours, but I'm going to check on the chicken just to make sure it's not drying out. All right, and it's not. It's nice and moist. My temperature gauge has not fully popped yet, so we know that she needs to cook a little bit longer. Just gonna baste it. Okay, so I just basted the chicken again, and we're gonna put her back in the oven. Okay, so I had to run and go pick up my son from school. It has been about 39 minutes from, you know, lowering the stove. I lowered the stove to 200 degrees because I needed the chicken to finish cooking, and I had to go pick up my son. So just in case I wasn't back within 30 minutes, I didn't want my chicken to dry out. But in turning the stove down to 200 degrees and letting the chicken slow cook, I've got a lot of chicken broth. So I actually might do this from now on because I love this. A lot of chicken broth. The only downside to all this chicken broth is your vegetables are going to be really oily, but depending on what you eat your vegetables with, this is a natural oil. It's not as though you've added, you know, vegetable oil or anything. So you will be able to flavor your rice, or if you're eating couscous or quinoa, whatever, pasta, whatever you want to eat, you'll be able to flavor it with this oil. So my chicken thing hasn't popped up, or maybe it did. Well, I kind of just forced it up, but I think it's done. I think it was caught in the skin, honestly. Anywho, so yeah, my chicken should be finished. Lots of juices here, just basting. And then pretty much what you're going to do is let your chicken rest a little bit. You want it to rest before you cut into it. You should do that with all meat anyhow. And yeah, cut and serve. And you're all done. A beautiful golden bird, lightly browned. And it took us about 2 hours to make it. Yum. Bon appetit. A blazer coat, and it has the cutest detail on the elbows. This is like a velvet or